The narrow-gauge railroad from Bruchhausen-Vilsen to Asendorf in the region of Lower Saxony is considered the first museum railroad in Germany. For 50 years, this line has been operated by the German Railroad Association, or DEV for short. This is a good reason to be celebrating a railroad festival this summer. Asendorf is home to a very special vehicle, a Wismar railcar, known as the Mouse among the local railroaders. The festival was also a perfect occasion for LGB to reveal their new exclusive model of this railcar. The model comes with many nice little details and will only be released as a limited edition. The famous Franzburg can be found on this narrow-gauge line as well. A model of this steam engine is available as an LGB item. A typical scenario on a narrow-gauge railroad: the locomotive needs to replenish its water supply at the standpipe, which is attached to the locomotive shed. The little engine doesn't seem to be that thirsty, though. The smaller version of the Maus has joined its full-size prototype. It's nice to see that the lettering has been executed so well. Additionally, the engineer can be observed sitting at the front end of the vehicle. Both the small DEV engine and its prototype are a sight to see. The model is supposed to be delivered by the end of 2016. It includes an MFX DCC decoder and complements the other wonderful LGB models. Every 2 years, Märklin invites its friends and customers to an open house at the main plant in Göppingen. The visitors will have access to a special club area and a playing area. In addition, we are going to have the local radio station broadcasting on the ground to entertain the people. Still, the most important event will be the tour through our production plant, including everything from the die casting and galvanic departments to the painting department, the turning shop, but also the tooling department, which has never been open to the visitors before. The staff at the tooling department are going to explain how the molds are made. We are also going to set up monitors so that the visitors will be able to observe what's going on inside the machines.
Und wir werden auch wieder einzelne Monitore aufstellen, wo die Leute auch mal sehen, was innerhalb der Maschine passiert, weil wir können natürlich schlecht im laufenden Betrieb.
At the assembly department, the staff will be busy with producing Series 95, our Märklin Insider model. Additionally, our visitors will have the chance to assemble a model themselves, which they can purchase for a small fee and eventually take home.
Selber eine Lokomotive zusammenzubauen und die natürlich anschließend nach Hause zu nehmen.
As always, the assembly department will be one of the major points of interest. That's only understandable, since this is where many a beautiful model comes into being. This colorful boiler car will be available on site as a souvenir of an eventful few days, so to speak.
Wir werden dieses Jahr einen Kesselwagen haben für die Kunststoffspritzerei.
This year we'll have a special boiler car demonstrating plastic injection molding. It's a very nice car depicting a modern molding method that makes it possible to inject 2 different color granules. Each of these cars will be one of a kind.
Jeder einzelne Wagen ist ein Unikat.
This is a really nice model that shouldn't be missing from any collection. And what's new concerning the Märklin Museum?
Wir werden im Museum draußen auch alles wieder für die Kinder haben und natürlich aber auch für
The museum will be a perfect playground for the kids, but it will also have a lot in store for the grown-ups, such as the special Märklin Plus exhibition. It will surely be very nice for everyone to visit the old Märklin Museum. Parking space will be available at the EWS arena, where visitors will be able to take the shuttle buses to the main plant and the museum.
Mit dem Buspendelverkehr hier ans Stammwerk zu kommen und anschließend ins Museum und von daher da auch keinen großen Aufwand.
This event is definitely going to provide a few very interesting days and many precious memories. After all, the Märklin city of Göppingen is always worth a visit. This is the Watting Bridge along the world-famous Gotthard Railroad. The bridge leads up to a helical tunnel, and both of these structures form a beautiful ensemble that would look great depicted as a scale model. In fact, this bridge is intended to become the highlight on a half-O layout. Let's see how this is done. So far, there are only a few photographs and the rough scheme of the entire design available. Step by step, the bridge will be taking shape, and it will also be joined by a passing track. That's where the new slender curved turnout comes into play. The first step is to install an electronic switch motor, which is easily done. Just put in the 2 screws. A short test makes sure that the parts actually fit. If you feel like doing away with a hand lever, you can replace it by a checker plate to simulate the signal box. Another option would be to install a mock-up of an electronic drive. Several specific components are assembled to make sure that all types of models will be able to negotiate the curved turnout. Matching leveling pieces make sure the turnout fits into the C-track geometry. All you have to do is take off the road bit and insert the filler element. Make sure to push it all the way down until you hear the element click into place. The new slender curved turnout is a coveted item among all model railroaders who have long been wishing for a more generous transition piece for curved tracks. Accordingly, the proper distance of 64.3 mm between track centers is easily maintained. Of course, every railroader may feel free to design the layout to his own liking and maybe even create a very narrow distance by using an R9 radius. Several signals are intended to be installed later on, which is why a K83 decoder is used in this example. Now it's time for a first test run. In the following editions, we are going to show you how to install the turnout lantern and many other interesting details about the new curved turnout for the Märklin C-track assortment. This is the second exclusive club model for Märklin Insiders and Tricks Club members. The VT95 railcar, which includes its single-axle trailer VB141. This is railroad nostalgia at its best. At the moment, the crimson-colored metal body is receiving its lettering at the colouring department at the Märklin site in Göppingen. The pitch-black lower part of the metal body has to receive its prints as well. Every production step includes a visual inspection to make sure that the lettering and the trim lines have been carried out perfectly. Anita Kacinic takes a good look at every little detail. Are the window frames really as black as they should be? If a model turns out to be flawed, it will be immediately passed on to the hand painting department, where it is carefully examined before receiving a manual touch-up. This is especially difficult when it comes to the white metallic trim lines. After all, only the perfect items will make it into the assembly department. A total of 21 digital functions will be available.
Hast du deine Mathehausaufgaben gemacht?
Ja klar.
Dann muss ich die mal schnell bei dir abschreiben. Ich habe sie nämlich vergessen. Ich habe den ganzen Abend mit meiner Märklin-Bahn gespielt.
Immer das Gleiche mit dir. Also mit der Verspätung kommen wir nicht mehr pünktlich zur Arbeit.
Ach, je später wir ankommen, desto kürzer sind wir da.
Das ist auch wieder wahr.
The current carrying coupler is made from completely new tooling.
Hätte noch jemand eine Fahrrätsche oder war das jetzt alles?
An extraordinary train. You may already be looking forward to your own example, provided that you've met the deadline for ordering, which is August the 31st, 2016.